Hello, 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 and welcome to our live show. My name is Fabiana Claure. I am a pianist and a business strategist for musicians. I'm the founder and CEO of the Musicians Profit Umbrella, a global business mentorship program where we help musicians build, grow, and scale their businesses online so that they can transition from being overworked, underpaid, dependent on time and their physical bodies to work into transitioning into a self-led income stream that allows them to have their lifestyle, to practice, to perform, to be with their family while still growing their income and exponentially really creating a legacy. Thank you for joining me. Tell me, where are you watching me from today? And today's topic is super exciting, giving up control and delegating for success. If you don't know much about me, my journey on building businesses and delegating and kind of letting things kind of run without me has been something that I've been passionate about for especially in the last 7 years, ever since I created my own music school and moved to another part of the country after 5 years of running it and allowed it to start running itself and delegated and created the systems for the school to run itself. And since then, this idea of delegation has informed everything that I did afterwards as a founder and director of the University of North Texas Music Business Program, and later building my own online practice of guiding and mentoring musicians from around the world. So this idea of delegation is what I believe is so important for any musician who is serious about scaling, who is serious about releasing the dependency of having to be involved in every aspect of your business and thinking that your business needs you in this way in order to grow. That's a trap. I'm here to tell you that that is a trap. So if you're watching, let me know in the comments if you feel stuck in your business right now. What are the questions that you have about giving up control, about delegating for success? I'm happy to kind of look through the chat and answer your questions as we go. I want this to be interactive as much as possible. We're here live. This is a live training, so ask away. But I'm going to share with you some ideas that I know are going to help you start seeing delegation and building your business and systems from a different lens, hopefully. So the first thing you're going to want to think about when building and scaling your business is the fact that you need to take ownership of the results of your team, right? When we think about delegating and bringing other people in to do these things for us, it can be very tempting to have unrealistic expectations and have these standards of success that we expect our team to be able to do from the very beginning. And the idea of them messing up potentially and not doing things effectively as we do them can drive us to not want to do it, right? How many of you are thinking, well, it's so difficult to have to explain others to do this. I might as well just do it myself. Like, I don't want to have to deal with, mistakes and having to correct people and this and that. I just want to do it myself. And as soon as it's going to be quicker and easier. I'm here to tell you that that's the first mindset block that you need to go delete. You need to be able to understand that unless you're willing to give up control and break down the processes for others to do things for you, you're always going to be trapped in your business. You're always going to be capped in your income potential and capped in the lifestyle that you're able to create because your business is going to depend on you, right? And even though things may, at the beginning of the delegation process, require some support, some guidance, some coaching on your part, that releasing control and being willing to teach and delegate is the mindset that is going to allow you to successfully build and grow and scale your business and allow it to exist without you needing to be involved in all of the things. And I'll tell you why I think this is so important, because when my husband and I started our music school back in 2011, we did all the jobs. We taught piano, we recruited faculty, we handled the bookkeeping, we did all the things, right? And yet we were so burned out. And when we were forced to leave the school, in a way I say forced because it was really a self-induced, urgency. I decided to take this job at UNT and take this leap of faith and just move across the country. We had no choice but to delegate. We had no choice but to release control. We had to figure out how are we going to get this to keep working without us being physically there all the time and doing all the things. And let me tell you something, once we were able to crack that code, the business didn't just survive in our absence, it actually thrived. It grew more than when we were both there working full time. And why did that happen? Because when you get to remove yourself from being the operator, the implementer, the person that's doing all the things all the time in your business, and instead shift into being the strategist, the visionary, right? The designer of the efficiency of your business, because you're not so buried with your head in the sand, that's when you're going to actually be able to see the big picture and focus on what matters and understand what is important in your business, right? But most people never get to be in that stage because they're so, busy doing everything and wanting to keep control, and being this perfectionist mentality of like, it has to be perfect. It has to be done by me. No one else can do it, right? So it starts with that mindset shift. Can you understand that it may need to get uncomfortable a little bit at the beginning of this process? It may require energy and effort in installing these systems. But in the long run, this process is what's actually going to give you freedom. Share with me in the chat if you want freedom in your life, if you want your business to build that freedom. Type freedom in the chat if you're watching this, right? That's what this is all about. If you want freedom in your business, you must be willing to give up control and create the right systems and structures for delegating, right? And now here's the thing. Your vision now, the second thing I want you to look at while we're talking about this is that in order for you to do this successfully, your vision for your business needs to be in a completely different playing field than what your existing reality looks like. Oh, someone wrote freedom would be great. Yes. But you won't be able to do that if you let any setback that happens in this process become confirmation bias. What I mean with confirmation bias means that if you look at your reality, you look at anything around you in your current circumstances, anything that goes wrong is going to feel like it's an indication that you need to go back and recede and stop and pull back, because you're going through this with the mindset of like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know if I should be doing this. It feels weird. It feels uncomfortable. I'm not sure. So anything that gets like a struggle, like something that becomes an obstacle or a challenge, immediately you're going to want to pull back. You're going to say, you see, I told you this is not the right thing to do. I knew this was not going to work. Never mind. How many of you have done that? Share with me in the chat. That's me. If you've ever said to do something with some doubt initially, and whenever the first, obstacle has come your way, you've interpreted that as a sign that you must stop. This is a sign that you must go back and retreat and do something else, right? Share, that's me. Let's be honest here. Don't be shy. But here's the thing. In order for you to succeed at giving up control and delegating, your vision of what's possible and of what you are trying to achieve, someone wrote, absolutely, yes. Your vision of what you're trying to achieve needs to be rooted in this completely alternate reality. You need to allow the setbacks to happen, of course, analyze them. And that's where obviously surrounding yourself by the proper guidance, the proper mentorship makes a big difference, right? That is key in you feeling safe to make these decisions. But regardless, you need to be creating all of your decisions in your business based on this vision of the future that you are meant to experience, that you're meant to live, not based on your current reality. And certainly not allow any current challenges that come your way. Even if you say, finally, okay, Fabiana, I listen to you. I am going to release control. I am going to delegate. People may quit on you. Like, I've had people quit on me. As soon as they started working with me, for whatever reason, they decided they don't want to do it anymore and they just leave. Do you think I'm going to stop hiring people because someone quit? Or I've had to also say, I think this person is not going to work out for me. I may need to let them go. Do you think I'm never going to hire anyone again because I had a negative experience? No. Why? Because I focus on the vision of where I'm taking my company and what I want to achieve. And I make decisions based on that vision versus based on my current circumstances. Does that make sense? Let me know if this is resonating with you as you're watching this. Let me know if this makes sense, right? But most people are not willing to hold on to that. And they make decisions based on recency versus intentionality. So any indication that comes into their circumstances, whether a team member is struggling, whether they're not being able to get results, whether their team members quit, whether things are done poorly and then they have to go in and do some damage control and fix things around, whatever happens, you have to be willing to focus on the faith, on the vision of what you're looking to create and make decisions out of that place and not out of what your existing circumstances are showing you. Because the minute you lower your perspective, I like to see it as lowering your perspective versus raising your perspective. The minute you try to see things from the turtle level, right? You see things from a turtle level, you're seeing things at that perspective, you're going to eat at that perspective. You're going to eat what the turtles eat. Instead, you have to raise your perspective like giraffe levels, right? And you need to see things from this new lens. And when things don't work out your way, you have to be able to say, I understand this didn't work out. What can I learn from that, of course? But how am I going to continue making decisions out of the next place I'm taking my life to versus my current circumstances, right? So those two things, if you can walk away from today's golden nuggets, to those two golden nuggets are the things that I want you to start thinking of, right? How can you start making decisions for your business and your career out of intentionality, out of the vision that you're trying to build versus what your existing circumstances are showing you? And next week, I'm actually putting together an exclusive event that will walk you through a half-day strategy planning session on mapping out your ideal business structure, ideal delegation structure, on knowing what you need to do to be able to scale your business with simplicity and in a way that is aligned with your lifestyle goals. And this is an event that is especially guided for musician entrepreneurs who already have an established business and who may be feeling stuck in their growth and they just don't know how else they can keep growing without having to sacrifice more of their time and their quality of life. And so if you have an existing audience, if you have people on your list, if you're working with clients and you're just trying to figure out what is the next step for you to grow in a sustainable way, this event is for you. Go to fabianaclaure.com/discovery. And here's where I'm going to encourage you to sign up. It's completely free. And again, this is going to be a half-a-day workshop that you're going to be able to walk with me through the step-by-step process on how you can scale your business and grow it in a way where you can delegate better, where you can focus on the profit-producing activities, and where you can really simplify this whole process for you. Let me tell you, folks, building a business does not have to be so complex. It does not have to be so terribly hard. There are ways, there are skills that you can learn that can make things easier for you and especially quicker, because that's what we all want. Don't we want all to be there quicker? We want to get our time back. If you value more your time than anything else in your life, that you want to preserve your time and use your time wisely, this event is for you. So I want to encourage you to check it out at fabianaclaure.com/discovery. And I can't wait to see your registration come in, and we are going to connect again next week. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let's prosper together. Take care.